world fell. Each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else.
I just want to first say congratulations. Freaking fantastic movie. No, I loved it to death. Yeah. But I want to talk to you about the execution. And the first thing I want to find out from you is, why did you decide to shoot in the actual Namib Desert in Namibia?
Well,
it just sounds so challenging and so difficult.
Well, it had to be old school. This is not a movie. It's not a CG movie. There's no flying human beings. There's no spacecraft. It's not a green screen movie. So it had to be real vehicles, real people in a real desert. And plus that's how the way we shot the other movies. It had to feel real. So when everything you see, every vehicle that crashes, it is real. And not only that, when you see Max hanging upside down between the wheels of a big war rig, inches off the ground, that's Tom Hardy, even though he's upside down. You have to turn and look at it. But he had big harnesses on him, big cables, and a really good safety crew, so that we could erase them. We couldn't do that back in the old days. CG wasn't around, so it was an opportunity to use those old techniques and yet get in there and do it anew.
So, what was the biggest challenge of actually shooting in the desert?
Just the safety. I mean, we were 120 days every day, going out there shooting big stunt days, and in the pit of your stomach you're thinking, if we don't do this right, as we get more and more tired, something could go really wrong. But we had a fantastic rigging crew, a stunt crew, a special effects crew, and we got through, and thankfully no major injuries, not even a broken bone.
So how did you pinpoint that actual desert? Why did you choose that particular place to shoot?
Well, we were meant to shoot in the outback of Australia, where we shot the other movies. We were all prepared, ready to go. And then it rained for the first time in 15 years. And what was flat red earth was now a flower garden, and the great salt lakes in the centre of Australia had pelicans and frogs in them. And so we had to move from the east coast of Australia, pick everything up, 200 vehicles, all our equipment, all of our crew and cast, and we went to the west coast of Africa, Namibia, where it never rains. It's to do with the cold currents from the Antarctica meeting with the desert, the heat from the desert, and for some reason it never rains.
So what else was there to do in that area? Like when you weren't shooting, when you weren't working with the cast and crew, is it an area where people can go and visit, or is it just so isolated that the only thing you can do is not be there or actually shoot your movie there?
No, it's we were based out of a coastal town called Swakopmund. The places where we shot, in the canyons and the Great Desert, they're pretty remote. But Swakopmund is a really cool town. There's a lot of fishing and stuff there. So we were comfortable, and you needed a place. It's also a big shipping place, so they had all the infrastructure. You need a lot of, mechanical infrastructure to get your vehicles there, welding equipment and all of that. That was all there. So it's a pretty cool place.
We made a deal up ahead, safe passage. I don't know if it's still any good. Get back in the hold. Keep the hatch open. I need you here. You may have to drive the rig. It's all here! 3,000 gallons of gasoline, just like you asked. I'm gonna unhitch the pod.
You said a few vehicles in pursuit, maybe. We count 3 war parties.
Yeah, well, I got unlucky.
How good does it feel now that you've like almost ended your 12, 15-year journey to bring this thing to life?
Well, I must say I never thought it would happen, and it feels really good now to say goodbye to Mad Max. It's good, and I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased we're getting good response from the audiences. That's a big thing. When I go to the movies, I want to sit back and see a movie, and get sucked up onto the screen, and I'm told that that's what's happening.
Well, you don't be told. Go check your own stuff out.
Okay.
It's like, I'm saying, but no, it was a blast.